For today's math lesson, we are dividing by 5. It starts on page 261 of your large GoMath book, so get out your math book and follow along as I do it on the video. And the first thing is our word problem, and it says, Kaylee wants to buy a new cage for Coconut, her guinea pig. She has saved 35 cents. If she saves a nickel each day, for how many days has she been saving? So in the blue box over in the corner, it asks us how much is a nickel worth. So if you remember from last year when you learned about money, a nickel is 5 cents. So then it's showing us down here how we can figure out that problem. So one way is to count up by 5s. So if we start at 0 and we count by 5s until we get to 35, it will tell us how many nickels she saved because each nickel is 5 cents. So they start with 1 nickel is 5, then 10, then 15 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents. What am I doing? Then 30, then 35 cents. So we counted up by 5 7 times. So 35 right here, split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups is 5. So 35 divided by 5s is 7 times. So Kaylee has been saving for 7 days. Because if she puts a nickel in each day, for 7 days, she has 35 cents. Another way you can do it is count backwards on a number line. So you're going to start with your total number. So start with the biggest number, which is 35. And we're going to jump back 5 times, like in groups of 5. So the first jump is 5. Then we have another jump, and another jump of 5, another jump of 5, another jump of 5, and the last jump. So you keep jumping back until you get to 0. So there's 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps, 6 jumps, and then 7 jumps. So we jumped back by 5 7 times. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. Both ways, we got the same answer, which means we did something right. Next page. Strategies for multiplying and dividing with 5. You have learned how to use doubles to multiply. Now you will learn how to use doubles to divide by 5. So you can use tens facts and then take half to multiply with 5. So remember, our math book teaches us lots of different ways to do the same problem. So if this doesn't make sense to you and it confuses you, then you don't need to do it this way. It's just giving you another example of a way you could figure out the division problem. So if you don't like this one, then after you do it on this page, don't ever do it again. Because I'd rather you not do it this way and not get confused than try to do it this way and get yourself more confused. So here's the example. When one factor is 5, you can use a tens fact. So if we have 5 times 2, we can do 10 times 2, which would give us 20. And then we divide it by half. So we divide by 2, because that would be splitting it in half. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. So 5 times 2 gives us 10. So we're going to do 10 times 2 because that's easy to do in your head, count by tens. And then we're taking half of it. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. So half of 20 is 10. So then 5 times 2 equals 10. Then there's another one, divide by 10, then double to divide by 5. So when the divisor is 5 and the dividend is even, you can use a tens fact. So 30 divided by 5. So our dividend is even, right? It ends in a 0, which makes it an even number. So 30 divided by 10 is 3. So if we double that, 3 plus 3 is 6. So 30 divided by 5 is 6, because we'd have to do twice as many to get the 5s, because 5 is half of 10. Remember, if it doesn't help you, don't do it. I think this is kind of confusing, and I don't think many of you are going to like it this way. So my biggest suggestion is to just learn your 5 facts. It's not that hard because you count by 5s. Remember, you can look at a clock too, because the minutes when you're telling time are by 5s. So I would use those strategies instead of the one that they just taught you in this box. But if you like this strategy, then you're more than welcome to use it. Down at the bottom, it just has some more problems dividing by 5 for us to figure out. So the first one wants us to use the number line to find 15 divided by 5. So we have to jump back by 5 because that's our number here. So the first jump by 5, next jump, and then we're at 0. So we made 1, 2, 3 jumps. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So we have 10 divided by 2. So we need to count backwards on the number line to solve. Or you can count by 2s until you get to 10. That's what it says. So count up would be start at 0 and count by 2s until you get to the number 10. Or you can start at 10 and go backwards by 2. Either way, we'll get the same problem. So I'm going to start the first time. I'll do it both ways. Starting at 10 and going backwards by 2s. So there's 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to change color so you can see it. I'm going to count up, starting at 0, and count until I get to 10. So 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So both times I got the number 5. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Remember, addition and subtraction are opposites, so multiplication and division are opposites. So if we do multiplication to get an answer, it's the same as doing it the opposite of division. So now number 3 wants us to do 20 divided by 5. So since it's a division problem, I'm going to count backwards to 0, because we're making smaller groups with division. But if you want to count up, you're going to get the same answer, as long as you count by 5s. So there's 1 jump of 5, 2 jumps of 5, 3 jumps of 5, 4 jumps of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. Number 4 says 50 divided by 5. So you can count by 5s up to 50. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And then how many times did I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. If you don't need to draw a picture or figure it out that way, then just give me the answer. You don't need to draw it unless you need to help yourself. So I have 5 divided by 5, which means if I have 5 things and I put them in groups by themselves, each group has 1 thing in it. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. Or if I was doing it on a number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's my number line. So I'm going to start at 5 and jump back to 0, which means I only have 1 jump. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. Number 6, 45 divided by 5. I can count again by 5s. Could do it on a number line. remember you have that number line in your folder from your desk that's on that piece that has that dry erase board on top of it. If you wanted to use that to do your jumps, you could use that for your number line, or you can count by fives. So I'm going to count by fives for this one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could also do multiplication and figure out the missing number. So you could do 5 times the missing number is 45. Whoops. So if you like multiplication better, what times 5 is 45? And you're missing a 9. So your answer to your division problem is going to be that missing 9. Now, it says on your own up at the top. So I want you to do problem 7 to 22 all by yourself. Then if you want to keep going and try the problems at the bottom, you may do that as well. Otherwise, after you finish problem 7 to 22 and check them with me, I'll go over the next 3 problems and you can do them with me, okay? So pause the video and do those ones and then come back. Number 7, it says use count up or count back on a number line to solve. So 30 divided by 5. I'm going to start at 30 and count back till I get to 0. So 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps, 6 jumps. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. Now for number 8, it says 25 divided by 5. So I'm going to start at 25 and jump backwards by 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Now for number 9, it's 20 divided by 5, which is 4. Remember, even if it's on this side of the equals sign, you start with this number and go this way. In a division problem, you always have to start with the biggest number in the front. 40 divided by 5 is 8. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So be careful. Don't forget about other numbers in your page. Don't just think we're all only doing 5s. 0 divided by 5. So if I have 0 pieces of candy and I give them to 5 people, how many pieces does everyone get? I don't have any candy, so nobody gets anything. So 0 divided by 5 is 0. 13. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 40 divided by 10 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And remember, if the division problem's written this way, here's your big number, 30, and then divided by 10 is 3. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 45 divided by 5 is 9. And then 15 divided by 5 is 3. So then for 21 and 22, they're having you do multiplication problems. So 1 times 10 is 10. 1 times 2, 2 times 10 is 20. I'm going to zoom in because it's kind of small. So 10, 2 times 10 is 20. 3 times 10 is 30. 4 times 10 is 40. And 5 times 10 is 50. Then for the second row, you're multiplying by 5. So 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20, and 5 times 5 is 25. Number 22, you're taking the top number divided by the side number. So 10 divided by 10 is 1, 20 divided by 10 is 2, 30 divided by 10 is 3, 40 divided by 10 is 4, 50 divided by 10 is 5, then 10 divided by 5 is 2, 20 divided by 5 is 4, 30 divided by 5 is 6, 40 divided by 5 is 8, 50 divided by 5 is 10. So if you look at the patterns in those boxes, you can see the difference between 10s and 5s. So 5s over here for multiplication is half, so 10 and 5. So the top numbers count up plus 10, and this one comes up by 5s. So these ones are half as big as the other ones because 5 is half the amount of 10. And then over here, the bottom number is double the top number. So 1 doubled is 2, 2 doubled is 4, 3 doubled is 6, 4 doubled is 8, 5 doubled is 10. Okay. Down at the bottom, the first one is guinea pigs eat hay pellets and vegetables. If Wonder Hay comes in a 5-pound bag and costs $15, how much does 1 pound of hay cost? So hay comes in a 5-pound bag, which is $15. So the total is 15 divided by, there's a total of 5 pounds. So if we're trying to figure out how much 1 pound is, we have to split it into the 5 different pounds. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So 1 pound of hay is $3. $3. So if I add the different 3 pounds plus 3 pounds plus 3 pounds plus 3 pounds plus 3 pounds, if I add the $3 for each pound together, I'm going to get $15, which is how much the 5-pound bag is. Guinea pigs sleep about 45 hours every 5 days with their eyes open. Ew, that's weird. How many hours a day do guinea pigs sleep? So 45 hours by 5 days. So because we're trying to figure out how many is in for 1 day. So 45 hours divided by each day. He's going to sleep 9 hours a day. And the last problem for today is the pet store has 20 guinea pigs and plans to put a pair of guinea pigs in each cage. If the pet store has 8 cages, how many more cages will the pet store need? So how much is a pair of guinea pigs? What's a pair? So that's 2 guinea pigs in each cage, right? And if they already have 8 cages, then we know we have enough for 8 times 2 guinea pigs. So 8 times 2 is 16. So there's enough for 16 guinea pigs to fit in a cage. I need how many more cages to fit the other ones? So if I do 20 cages minus 16, so 16 guinea pigs already have a spot to go. So I'm going to borrow. So I have 10 minus 6 is 4. 1 minus 1 is 0. So there's 4 guinea pigs left. I need to divide them into groups of 2. So 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. So I need 2 more cages. Now, if you are still confused by that, I can draw a picture. So let me draw a picture over here. I have 20 guinea pigs, so I'm going to draw 20 dots for the guinea pigs. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And they said they put a pair of guinea pigs in each cage. So I'm going to circle 2 and put them in a cage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need 10 cages. If I already have 8, because it says they already have 8, then how many more do I need? So 10 cages minus 8. Oh, I don't know why I did that. 10 minus 8 is 2. So I got 2 both times. Doing it with a picture and with addition and multiplication and division. Both ways I got 2 cages is what is needed. And that is all you have to do today. The next page is a word problem crazy page that we're not going to worry about for this chapter. So you do not need to do this page. If you need to or want to, you can put one big X through it. Don't scribble it out because that makes a mess. Just one big X. And then you are finished with GoMath today. Check your simple solutions from yesterday and you are good to go.